The 2023 Kia Telluride was just unveiled at the New York Auto Show, and here is a first look at it.
Also shown this week at the New York Auto Show was the cousin, the Hyundai Palisade. So we're going to talk about the Telluride, but we'll also reference the Palisade and kind of how they differ and compare. Let's get into it.
3 years ago, the Kia Telluride was introduced. It has been a huge success for the brand and one of the most in-demand and award-winning 8-passenger SUVs. With class-leading passenger room like the Hyundai Palisade, the Telluride arrives with 2 new trims for 2023, more towing capacity, design enhancements, a refreshed interior, new technology, and safety features.
The Telluride keeps its bold and sophisticated appearance, but undergoes some exterior restyling and a more rugged look. It has a revised vertical headlamp design with LED lights, available fog lights. It has a new grille, bumpers, rear fascia, and every trim gets new wheel designs for 2023. There were 3 new exterior colors, including Midnight Lake Blue, Dawning Red, and Junglewood Green.
Well, what a difference between the Palisade and the Telluride. The Palisade has this giant, bold grille, and the Telluride is a little bit more streamlined. I thought maybe the grille would be bigger.
They've gone with a traditional SUV look, and the Palisade has more of an upscaled sort of classy look. We actually mentioned in our video that it maybe has a bit of a Cadillac or a Lincoln look to it. This is traditional. It's more like maybe a Range Rover kind of look. And the headlamps now have the LED lights stacked vertically instead of horizontally. There's small differences, but it still has the overall same look.
Yeah, it looks like a little refresh in the front to me, mostly to the lights. The interior looks more sophisticated than the previous model, with a redesigned dashboard with revised trim panels and HVAC vents. The curved dual 12.3-inch screens bring a sense of elegance to the interior, looking similar to the new EV6, Sorento, and Carnival displays. The head-up display has been upgraded from 8.5 inches to 10 inches, and the touchscreen from 10.25 to 12.3 inches. There are also new interior color packages and a redesigned steering wheel for 2023.
What hasn't changed, Andrea? Thank you, Kia. You still get a regular shifter. You still get those beautiful grab handles. You get switch gear that you can use. It's not all interface driven, but the interfaces do look different than the Palisade. Palisade, they have the 2 12.3-inch screens, but they're kind of separate. With this product, it's all one, like we saw with the Kia Carnival.
It looks exactly like the Kia Carnival, and actually when we reviewed the Carnival, I said this is what the Telluride needs. So glad Kia listened. I think that it's a beautiful interior.
Wait a second. Hello, Korea. Oh, Andrea wants the Carnival. Yeah, that's the way that went, right?
That's right. That's exactly how that went. But I think it looks great. It just makes it a little bit more elegant. And I think a lot of people wanted that digital driver display in the Telluride, and they got it.
You know, I like the interior of the Telluride over the Palisade. I joked about the steering wheel in the new Palisade. It's really kind of fugly looking, in my opinion. This one has a more traditional, as the outside, SUV kind of vibe, and it speaks more to me. They're going with that sort of command ship control module thing they have over at Hyundai. I prefer the Kia approach.
Well, I think that the Palisade offered a little bit more than the Telluride in the previous model because it had that digital driver display, and a lot of people felt that the Palisade elevated itself a little bit. Now I'm wondering, with the Telluride like this, it's going to be even more popular than it already is. Kia has introduced 2 new trims for 2023, X-Line, which replaces the former Nightfall Edition, and X-Pro. These new models are for Kia owners who enjoy a little adventure and occasionally like to go off the beaten path. Both all-wheel drive models have exclusive upgrades compared to the other Telluride trims, including a radiator grille design, bridge-type roof rails, body-color door handles, exclusive 20-inch wheels, and X-Line badging. The X-Pro builds off the X-Line trim, getting exclusive 18-inch black wheels with all-terrain Continental tires and X-Pro badging.
These two trims have an extra 10 millimeters of ground clearance, which isn't very much, improved approach and departure angles thanks to new bumpers, upgraded traction control, and tow mode for optimized trailer performance. The Telluride can tow 5,000 pounds, but the X-Pro can tow an extra 500 pounds.
There's no change to the powertrain for 2023. Both the Telluride and Palisade share the same platform and have a 3.8-liter V6 engine with an 8-speed automatic transmission, 291 horsepower, and 262 pound-feet of torque.
Just like the Palisade, the Telluride gets some new standard safety features, including forward collision avoidance and junction crossing and intelligent speed limit assist.
These two vehicles are so close now. There are some differences. If you prefer a traditional shifter, go with the Telluride. If you like the button shifter, there's the Palisade. One thing the Palisade does offer is third row folding seats that are power operated. The Telluride doesn't have that.
How often are you activating that? I don't think that's a deal breaker. It's clear now that they're differentiating these two models. One is the Boulevard Cruiser, right? Competing with, you know, like I mentioned earlier, Cadillac Lincoln. They're kind of moving the Palisade in that direction with its yacht interior. So with the Kia, clearly they're moving the Telluride more as a rugged alternative with these Pro models, unique looking. It's more of the SUV traditional approach, and the other one, as I mentioned, the Boulevard Cruiser. I think that's really what it comes down to.
Interestingly enough, for pricing, there is no 2023 pricing announced yet. I assume the price is going to go up. The Telluride has a higher starting price than the Palisade, but on the top trim, it's the Palisade that is higher and the Telluride lower. Now, with these new trims, that might not be the case. Well, they might be equal or maybe a little higher on the Telluride.
Well, one of the big differences is that Hyundai offered a front-wheel drive cheaper model, and Kia never did. They just went all-wheel drive. So that's how they had that price point advantage. But when you start comparing all-wheel drive to all-wheel drive, they kind of line up fairly well.
They do.
And it used to be about features, as Andrea mentioned. Now they're kind of getting even, except for that folding third row. It's really kind of up to you. So what were the old prices for 2022?
The starting price of the Telluride for 2022 is just under $47,000 in Canada and just over $33,000 in the US. The top SX Limited Night Sky trim in Canada is just under $57,000, and the top SX Limited in the US is just under $43,000.
So those are the 2022 numbers. We don't have the 2023. The vehicle is going to go on sale later this year, and they're going to finalize those numbers as they get closer. As Andrea mentioned, we're seeing prices go up in vehicles. How much it goes up, we're going to have to wait and see. Kia is pretty aggressive with their pricing, so I think it might move a little bit. Either way, you're getting more product now.
Well, the Palisade in Canada right now on that top trim is just under $58,000. So even if they move that 2023 model, they've got to be careful, because then you're getting into Infiniti QX60 territory and Acura MDX. So I really believe that these top trims have to be priced under $60,000. You know, so they have a little bit of movement, but not a lot.
All right, so that's a first look at Telluride. They're continuing down the path of the traditional SUV shape with the rugged look. Palisade is moving even closer towards premium, as you mentioned. Which one do you like? Type below. We'd love to hear. And what else do they have to do, Andrea?
Subscribe, hit that notification bell. You'll be notified when all of our reviews drop. We put out a lot of content each week on the Motormouth YouTube channel. And for a sneak peek of what's going on the channel, follow me on Instagram at Motormouth_Andrea.
And we'll see you in the next one.